Good evening. Can you hear me? All right, good evening, graduates. It's wonderful to see you tonight. How are you feeling tonight? Pretty good? Yeah, woo! Come on, I need to hear it a little louder. Where's the energy? Are you feeling good? All right. At this time, I would like to ask you to stand for the Star-Spangled Banner as sung by Emily Bliss. So please stand for the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bolts bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right. Good evening, graduate peeps of honor. I'd like to welcome you tonight to your official graduation celebration, hosted by me, your superintendent of schools, Walt Willett, and your principal, Tom Tolland, with help by many, many, many others, Celeste Estevez, Plank Fay, all of the AV students, and all kinds of individuals that were here to help you tonight, Chris White, Adam Scher, many, many, many. So thank you to all the people that make this possible, and for you for being here tonight, because it is your evening of honor and we're so excited to have you. A couple of quick points to the good of the order for you. It's a little bit different, as you know. We're on a graduate field, so I'm going to give you the pointers for how you're going to come up very quickly. As your name is called by Mr. Poland, you will come and grab a certificate of honor. You will get the nod of admiration by Mr. Poland and myself. Then you will continue walking up here to the stage of honor. And as you get to the top of the stage of honor, you will not have to worry about running out of wire like me. You're just going to come on up here. You will give all of your friends a wave of admiration. You will turn and give a wave to Miss Estevez and do your photo op. Turn back once again in admiration of all of your classmates. And then you will continue down back to your towels of awesomeness. Okay, everybody got that? All right, excellent, excellent. And we'll begin that shortly. Let me take a quick look here and move this wire. All right. This time, guys, I'm going to introduce Mr. Poland, who is going to begin reading your names so that you can acquire and receive your certificates of honor. Mr. Poland.
I was waiting for the applause. Am I on? There we go. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to call each of you up in random order. As Dr. Willett said, you'll come up to this table, grab a certificate, head up that ramp, okay? Give a wave to the crowd, turn around, take the picture, give a wave to the other crowd. and then you'll go back to your towel, okay? So I'll call you up individually, and obviously I'll give you a little time to get up because it's going to be a little bit random. So first student up, Coral Aponte.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Next student, Emily Bliss.
Congratulations again.
Nice job, Emily. Tyler Broderick. With the fresh shades.
Nice. Congratulations. Don't forget your certificate of honor.
Nice job, Tyler. Aaron Bush.
Nice job, Aaron.
Nice job, Aaron.
Go.
Next up, Ryan Carlson. Aren't you a running back? Yeah, you're good.
Nice job, Ryan. Thank you.
Nice job, Ryan. Next up, Taylor Carmody.
Nice job, Taylor.
Nice job, Taylor.
Handicap will be fun.
Timothy Cassidy. Nice job, Tim. Madison Castingway.
Good job, Madison. Congratulations.
Congrats. Christopher Charbonneau. Long walk. Nice job, Chris.
Congratulations.
Megan Sirocco.
Good job, Megan.
Nice job, Megan.
Here we go.
Emma Clapprood. Nice job, Emma.
Welcome music.
Lily Deitch.
Congratulations, Lily.
Nice job, Lily.
Seton Hall? Yep. Nice. Really cool.
Alexander Domley. Nice job, Alex. Jonah Duckstein. Good job, Jonah. Sierra Dutton. Good job, Sierra. Zach Evanson. Good job, Zach.
Nice job.
Dakota Gagnon.
Like the shades, Dakota.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good job, Cody. Brady Gordon. It is.
Nice job, Brady.
Alexa Grandfield.
Congratulations, Alexa.
Got the closest spot, too.
Yeah.
John Griffin. Good job, John.
Good job. Congratulations.
Amanda Hall.
Good job, Amanda. Southern Connecticut? Nice. That's really cool. New Haven's awesome.
Mason Jolly.
Good job, Mason. Don't forget the certificate of awesomeness.
Sonika Coley.
Congratulations, Nika. So there's Penn State. Very awesome. Have fun. Great.
Franklin Kuhn.
Guys, way out there.
I know. Good job, Franklin.
Good job, Franklin. You made it all the way up.
Sophie Cooperschmidt. I'm going to say it again. Sophie Cooperschmidt.
You got two graduates.
You look great.
I know, I hear you.
Grab a certificate.
of honor here.
Great job.
Oh, anyone?
Anyone.
They're all for you. Any
Pick-
which one?
That one right there. Right up your ramp.
Right up there.
Take
You'll
that
wave it in
glamour.
Miss Estevez, okay?
Mackenzie Lloyd.
Nice job with you, Mackenzie. Step there. let you off and stop.
Nice job.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Amy Lumia.
Yeah, nice job.
Nice job, Amy.
Sean will be good.
Ian Lyon. Nice job, Ian.
Ryan, don't forget your certificate.
Madeline Mancini.
Congratulations.
Nice job, Ian.
Nice job, man. Sorry, I forgot that. Don't forget your certificate.
Nice job, Madeline.
Nice job. Congratulations.
Kendra Marcotte. Nice job,
Nice
Kendra.
job, Kendra.
Brandon Matthews. Nice job, Brandon.
Congratulations. Well, is lucky.
Laura Meyer. Nice job, Laura.
Good job, Laura.
Sophia Morales. Nice job, Laura. Nice
Congratulations.
job, Sophia.
Great job.
Jacob Maziers. That's a tough name right there.
Nice job. The shades
Nice job,
look really cool. Let's go.
Nicole Pagan. Nice job, Jacob.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Nathan Pelangeli.
I like the shirt. Nice job, Nathan.
Nice job, Nathan.
Looking forward to the speech, man. Looking forward to it. Congratulations.
Olivia Person.
Ah, nice. Good job, Olivia. See, all lucky.
Caleb Rakani.
Yeah, G. Congratulations. The Orange men are lucky.
Timothy Restall.
Thank you.
Good job, Tim.
Congratulations.
Alexia Rosman.
You're going to be good. Yep, thank you.
Nice job, Alexia. Emma Russell. Nice job, Emma.
Congratulations, Emma.
Kellen Sargent.
I love Jurassic Park too.
Huh? Kellen Sargent. job, Kellen.
Congratulations.
Alec Sauter. Nice job, Alec.
Congratulations, Alec. Thank you. Nice going.
Ariana Sazo. Nice job, Ariana.
Congratulations, Ariana. Nice going.
Adam Schapp.
That was awesome. A lot of fun.
Enjoy. Congrats.
Thank you.
Nice job, Adam.
Congratulations. Have a good time at UConn.
Emma Schwartz. Nice job, Emma.
Congratulations. Nice score. Where are you living on?
Haley Sybeck.
I'm living at
Oh, cool. Kansas City. What did we get there?
Nice job, Haley.
Congratulations. UConn Doctor.
Brandon Shorts.
Congratulations, Brandon. Nice job.
Fleur Sabizma. Nice job,
You
Fleur.
covered that incredibly well. It was awesome.
well, it's fine, you know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jillian Silve.
Good job, Jillian.
Good job, Jillian.
Congratulations. Fun in Tampa.
Will Simler.
Congratulations,
job, Will.
Loving the Sox. Virginia Tech should be good.
Va Tech.
Take care.
Paige Simler.
Congratulations, Paige. Is it Loyola?
No.
Charlotte.
Nice, 49ers. Owen Stupensky.
Hoorah, Olin.
Nice job,
Good
Owen.
job. Take care.
Robert Tarala.
Congratulations.
Fisher Thompson. Good job, Robert. Good job, Fisher.
Congratulations, Fish.
Jeffrey Weaver.
Nice job, big dog.
Nice job, Josh.
Nice job, Jeffrey. Congratulations.
And finally, Chance Williams.
Congratulations, Chance.
Nice job,
Is it
Chance.
Pace University? Pace, that'd be so much fun. Good for you.
Congrats.
Is that it?
Yeah,
You just need to quick presenting the graduates to the just
I'm gonna do that at the end.
is that cool?
Okay, now it's time to show off a little bit. So we want to give you an opportunity to stand up. You can remove the gown and show off to everybody the next stage of your life. Plus, it's hot. All right, so you guys can keep your gowns on, you can keep them off, or you can put them back on. It's up to you. But at this moment, you guys can take a seat, and I'm going to call up our valedictorian, Nathan Pelangeli.
I'll just let you guys look at my kitty mask before I take it off real quick. This is it. All right, so in my original speech, I had hoped to say, look at the person to your left and right, and realize that we are all brought here together in celebration. And now that's a reality. This is a reality that I'm so grateful for, as we can now truly share our pride of being in the class of 2020 side by side. Well, at least 6 feet apart. We did it. 13 years of hard work, from dancing around in the gym class with Mr. Keithan at Birch Grove, to obtaining hot cards at TIS, to taking daily trips to the snack line at the TMS, to dressing in blue head to toe for our senior year pep rally. We are so fortunate to have this second ceremony made possible by our supportive school staff and parents, to recognize our achievements through the lens of a young adult prepared to face new adventures. Our futures will not be linear, nor will our paths be clear-cut. They will be filled with trials and tribulations that will force us to venture into the unknown and stretch our personal limits. You will encounter many different people that are going to be blessings and lessons, and that is okay. Something I have done since I was little is look at the cars around me when driving. If you're on the New Jersey Turnpike, for example, you can see thousands of cars around you on your trip. And each one of those cars is at least one person, and there may even be several passengers. But for thousands of cars, there are thousands of people who have metaphorically traveled different roads to get to the point they are now. They all had childhoods, they all went to school, made mistakes and memories, found jobs, fell in love, started families, but for each individual story, all they wanted to create was a life that they would someday look back on and be proud of. Throughout our seeking to find what fulfills us or fuels our fire, adversity is guaranteed. You are not defined by the curveballs you are thrown, but rather how you respond to them. Even at your lowest point, when you have nothing left to give, you can always give kindness. Because when you strive to be better towards others, you can create an environment that is most beneficial for everyone, a positive chain reaction. This type of action starts in one's community. Wherever you may find yourself in the next 5, 10, or even 40 years, learn to settle and take immediate pride in the community that surrounds you. If you live in New York City, take pride in your community. If you live in Boulder, Colorado, take pride in your community. If you even live in Tolland, Connecticut, take pride in your community. Do whatever you can to help people around you, because you will never feel empty by continuously giving. Make people feel like they belong and are valued, because they are. We each play very special roles when it comes to tying the community tighter, nourishing each other to flourish in union. And while individuality is something everyone has in common, another aspect we all share is our love for the 21st century Broadway performance Hamilton. As many of you may know, Hamilton, the world-renowned hip-hop history experience, has come to Disney Plus this month so that its worldly audience can finally witness Lin-Manuel's greatness, without entering into 800 lottery pools to see a live show all the way out in London. And do not fear, I'm not here to spoil anything, but rather relate the performance and the roots of Alexander Hamilton's existence to our situation. To me, it was about allowing an audience of people with varying amounts of knowledge about the country's founding fathers really delve into the life of a man that had to establish himself. Just as you hear some people say there's a time that Einstein didn't know his alphabet, there was a time early on in Hamilton's life where he had nothing, no family, no money, and no higher education. What he did have was grit and hope that he turned his ideas into action for a better country. His vigor and relentless advocacy for what he believed in is the true embodiment of what our country was founded on. He wanted to make that name for himself and lead in creation. And to create, he had to persist. And I remember a couple months ago, our class came together to speak about our graduation preferences. With the support of many parents and school faculty, we have had this incredible day of commencement together. People working together with that pride that's seen in Alexander Hamilton's lifetime. To stand behind the ideas that were brought forth by the students and their parents is what made this event possible. That is why I must thank anyone and everyone that spoke during our graduation and Board of Education meetings. It is because of you that this idea for an outdoor graduation could come to fruition via a task force. Which is what brings me to give a big thank you to Mr. Person, Mrs. Jaguar, Mrs. Claproot, and Mrs. Ricani, who were the parents that took part on that graduation task force. I would like to thank the students, Emily, Fisher, Sonika, Jonah, Evan, and Ryan, for being the student representatives in the creation of this ceremony. I would like to thank Ms. Moran and Dr. Willett for their continual logistical guidance when it came to determining how this day would come to be. And lastly, I would like to thank Ms. Griffin, who headed the task force and brought creative ideas forth to make sure that this is the most memorable experience we could have as we close this chapter of our life and move on to the bigger world. What she did was worth the utmost commemoration, as she was the driving force that turned this idea of an outdoor graduation into a reality. A large takeaway from this speech is that when faced with adversity, one must create, advocate, and persist. It is what moves us forward and enhances our quality of life. Create that environment in our world that you believe in. Advocate for the ideas you have to make a positive impact so that they are heard and respected. Persist even when others around you are in doubt, because if someone says you can't do something, it's most likely because they can't do it themselves. From here on out, you are going to be that artist on your own blank canvas that lies in front of you. The time is now to create a masterpiece that you will one day look back on and admire. You will be able to choose what you want to pursue and decipher what you believe in passionately, because there is so much in this world to discover, appreciate, change, and build upon. All you need is that grit and hope to turn your ideas into action for a better country and, even more importantly, a better world. Thank you.
Nice job.
Nice job, Nathan. At this time, I'd like to introduce our salutatorian, Fisher Thompson.
All right, hey everyone. Graduates, we are here to reflect, to reminisce, and above all, to celebrate undoubtedly one of the most important accomplishments of our lives thus far, our high school graduation. An accomplishment that will lead us to even greater, even brighter things. We have laid the foundation for a lifetime of learning, a lifetime of being wrong, a lifetime of learning it's okay to be wrong, and a lifetime of searching for what's right. Graduations are one of America's very few good traditions. We are a country deeply rooted in the problematic status quo. Yet honoring graduates, honoring over a decade of hard work, is nothing but noble. This year, the class of 2020 was thrown into an experiment of sorts head first. Would we make it through our senior year without a normal graduation? I don't need to spell out the answer for you all, I'm sure, but we were told by our medical professionals we would not be having a normal senior year in the name of keeping everyone safe, and we swallowed our pride. We changed our tradition to ensure everyone around us was okay. I don't think it's all that controversial to say that many people are uncomfortable having their traditions challenged, even if they are harmful to those around them. We live in a time where there are thousands of protests on all corners of the globe challenging these harmful norms, unfortunately rooted in our society. People are demanding racial equality, combating police brutality, and working toward bringing what's right to every single person of every single community. We know what's wrong, and it's up to us to make it right. Now, let us for a moment forget the so-called protests against mask wearing. This is yet another example of people uncomfortable with change. With a few words of wisdom from Mr. Dillon, our old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changin'. Everyone, wear your mask. It's easy. As big of a space fanatic as I am, I can say surely, the launch of a Martian rover will not unite us. People of color, women, people of the LGBTQ plus community, and many more have persevered out of necessity, not out of patriotism, not out of superficiality. May you find the strength to do the same for yourself and others. I promised myself I'd keep this short, and so with a few parting words, I'll tell you the words I have plastered on my computer, the words of a certain humble reverend, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that repeat in my head when my morals are challenged. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Please, don't be afraid to tell someone to follow the arrows in Big Y. Don't fear offending a friend when you remind them to put on a mask. And don't feel one shred of guilt protecting the rights and humanities of those around you, even if it means challenging tradition. We're all in this together. Thank you.
Thank you, Fisher. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the graduates, their parents, family members, and friends of the graduates, along with the school's faculty, staff, administration, Peter Stava, Dr. Walter Willett, and the Tolland's Board of Education members. I would also like to extend a special thanks to the members of the Graduation Task Force that continued to pour their energy into this event in order to ensure that this memorable night came to fruition. I would also like to leave you with a few words to remember as you prepare to take the next step in your journey. In life, there will be difficult times that will shake you to your core. There will be people that try to dictate your path. And there will always be those moments when you are staring deep into the mirror and asking yourself if you've got what it takes. This class, more than any other class I know, has proved to everyone that when your core is shaken, you remain composed. When your path seems narrow or closed, you find a way to open it. And when it feels like you've given all that you could, you find just a little bit more within and you respond. When I think of Tolland High School graduating class of 2020, I'm reminded of the words that American essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson once said. Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." As you sit here in front of me today, I think of the word that Emerson uses to describe the matters of the past and of the future. He describes them as tiny. In the moment, many of these matters that Emerson alludes to do not feel tiny. But then I begin to think about the phrase, "what lies within us," and its relationship to these tiny matters that Emerson alluded to. And I begin to realize that these matters, these moments, in fact, are tiny when compared to the character they have developed within you. To be clear, as a result of all these tiny moments and matters, you are now better equipped to thrive. There is no doubt that in some moments you will feel triumphant, and there is no doubt that in some moments you will feel despair. Whether the moment is one of triumph or one of despair, I challenge you to remember those words of Emerson and realize that these matters, these moments, in the end will make you stronger and prepare you to relentlessly pursue your dreams. Your high school years are now behind you, and what lies ahead of you is quite uncertain. But I am confident that because of what lies within all of you, that each member of the Tolland High School class of 2020 will not simply be a singular part of society, but in fact will change society for the better, so that my children reap the benefits. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, the turning of the tassels. The turning of the tassels symbolizes your transition from candidate to graduate. On behalf of the Tolland Board of Education, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the class of 2020. Each of the candidates before you has fulfilled the requirements set forth by the Connecticut State Department of Education in the Tolland Public Schools. So finally, it's that time to stand and celebrate by turning your tassel. Congratulations, Tolland High School, class of 2020. Okay, so that's it. You guys can put your gowns back on, hold on to your gowns, throw your hats in the air, but please remember to exit out that large gate to the right. Thank you.